Welcome everybody to the stream. Let's see, I am back from a wedding, and that wedding went remarkably well. There was nobody left at the altar. There was no screaming, wailing, or gnashing of teeth by anyone except my little 2-year-old. And overall, it was just a really good, slam bang finish to the bachelorhood of an old roommate of mine and fellow goober. So that was spectacular. Had a ton of fun in respect to that. Little craziness in terms of just, you know, new place, new hotel rules, right, for kids that are just a little too young to get that. And so, with a few more white beard hairs and a few more well, hours racked up in my sleep debt, I am back. All right, so let's get right in. Oh no. Oh, the camera was off. And with that, we are going to get right into it.
Hounds of hell will overtake you. Hounds of hell forsake you. Prowling round the world to seek your ruin. Hounds of hell. Running with the light, you out and free. Answer to no one.
All right. That's so funny. Here I am in OBS in the studio mode. Of course, for those of you familiar with the streaming software, you have your live feed that is usually to the left side of your screen, and then, you have your preview, right, of what screen is coming next, and then your live feed, your program feed, is on the right side of your screen. So anyway, I got that mixed up, and that's a good goober way of starting. Thanks again to Dubby, which finally came through. The mail looks like I got the Jitterless Energy Blend Retro Sherbet. So I'm going to be enjoying this during my new little routine of a 15-mile bike ride a day, and yeah. Oh, so this should be good. Good, what do you call it? Drawing power. Okay, so let's chat about the channel, right? So kind of exciting stuff. We gained 100 subscribers on Instagram, which was fantastic. 13.1 thousand folks, and then it just ticked down to like the 13,090 people, which all in all is more growth than we've seen on the channel for a while. So for those of you grognards who've been enjoying the content for a while, I am actually really optimistic of where things are going. Okay, but what's kind of fun is on the Instagram, right? We've had the Inhabiting Callwen segment as I've been away on this wedding, and it seems to be doing well. So the format's fairly simple. I draw a little goober, a stick man, add it to our world, and then put the at, right, of the person down below. So I have a huge backlog based off of the comments that you folks have been sending in. And so we're just going to go through that backlog together. I am going to be drawing those different things and maybe adjusting our YouTube stream so you can see kind of more of a closer view. So let's see. Let's really zero in on the paper here. All right, and bada bing. Okay, so here we are. We got the wife, Mrs. RPG Goober Official, as well as one of the first comments, Radicus and Magius 1 and 2. So this is a group of 3 rats with a wizard hat on top. And then I said that was the original comment, but actually it was TH Original 1. So that's helpful, being our little fat rotund dwarf. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my phone, and I'm going to pull up the notification that we're going to be doing next. We're going to be drawing it, and bada bing, bada boom, it'll just work like clockwork. What'll be kind of fun is that for our Instagram feed, um, there will be a little uh, tracker of this recording on the lower part of your screen that I'm pointing to. So this little recording as I speed along. And so I just got to make sure my pen is situated in the right place. That way you guys aren't, well, you just don't have a scuffed feed. Okay. And welcome to the laundry room ASMR. And that's always good. Not sure if the mic is picking it up, but clothes be cleaning. All right. Now to pop open Instagram. Okay. Yeah, we got a subscriber who asked about the website. Um, Omnis, I can say that Wix is such a fantastic resource, especially of templates, getting things started right off the bat. And then, of course, depending on what type of website level you do, in terms of subscription for your website, they'll offer different things. And um, so I got to say, the person who actually designed our website, Adam Watson, he was with me since the beginning of Z Goobers. Even when we had the older account, and so he actually helped situate that and get our first merch out, which is the Goober Slayer merch, which is pretty fun. So that's an original drawing, and just shows what. Shut up, Siri. Okay, and gosh, thank you, chatbot. Hey, thank you, GL. Jesus loves you too. Um, yeah, that's a good message. Okay. All right. Then. Okay, let's look at the comments on that video and get our first writing request. Let's see. Join our fantasy world. Right. I'm just gonna put it into recents. Most recent. Okay. Here we are. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Managed to do that. I guess next on our list, judging by the recents, would be Chadwick's. After his experiences in Connecticut, the once steel-clad warrior has doffed his armor in favor of the simple garb of a monk. He now wanders the land with his magic spear, fighting evil. Okay. Let's see. Here is his own artwork there, which is just a fabulous knight with the goober insignia. Yeah. Okay, so monk with long hair. I'm going to put him on this little side, right by Naughty the dog. And I'm just going to move my mic a bit forward so that way I can see what I'm drawing better. Let's see. Chadwick. Chadwick is also one of the moderators for our Discord server. All right, flowing hair, and he's the size of human, so want to make sure to get that. But he has a robe as well. Okay. Did he mention a spear? Yes. The spear that he got in his travels. Okay. Let's see. I'll give him some long sleeves. I always liked monks with long sleeves. All right, and there's his goober hand. I always liked spears with little flanged wings on the end. Just found it kind of chilling, the idea of getting, stabbed And then, you have the initial shock, right? And then the little flanged tips just poke you in at the end. It's like adding insult to injury. And it just looks more fantastical. All right. Let's see. Since this part of his robe is covered in shadow, I'm just going to shade that there. It's so funny. I don't know. Talking through these kinds of things. Okay. Now, a good, healthy, round stickman head. And I believe he has a cleft chin from his picture here. Oop, just random. Let's see, Chadwick. Chadwick the Sturdy. Does he have a cleft chin? He does not. Okay. He has kind of a weathered face. So. There we are. Let's make this bigger. Okay. There we go. But he has that long hair. It won't come across as blonde, but there we are. Just monk him up a little bit. And then, how about some prayer beads? That way we can adjust this wider line and make it suit our need too. All right. And there we are. And let's make him hold some prayer beads here. Seems like he's going on pilgrimage now. I'm not going to connect them because I don't want, it to come off as a rosary. Like a little separation between my faith and my fantasy. There we go. But I think a symbol of Farine. Oh shoot, do we have anything in the lore for that? I think so. I think it's actually just this medallion that he has on his shield. So there's the circle, which is already kind of okay. And we all know what that'll look like. All right, perfect. Now just little foot pads. And finally, the closing at Chadwick, a goober knight. All right. Through this stream, you'll see me drinking from my new Dubby little beverage container. Which reminds me, since I have a captive audience of one person, I might as well get the ad taken away. So I'm going to be playing that right now. Hey, what's in the middle of Callwen? A big fat W. Speaking of Dubbies, today's stream is sponsored by Dubby.
I build harder, faster, stronger.
Well, no, it actually just makes me less inclined to reach for another cup of coffee. Dubby is a sugar-free energy drink mix that combines vitamins and other ingredients intended to support focus and energy. I'll be enjoying it while working on Callwen, as they have been kind enough to sponsor this channel. If you use my link or code RPGGoober at checkout, I'll receive a 10% commission on your purchase. It'll directly help support the channel and future Callwen belts. And at $1.30 a serving, that's less than what a can of Monster Energy drink was in 2002 at $1.99, and well below what you'll typically pay for today post-recession and inflation and COVID. And, well, Boomer's gonna boom. So if you'd like to support the channel and give it a try yourself, I'd really appreciate it. Now, let's get back to building Callwen. All right. So, yeah, the fun part about with that Dubby code is that 10% is taken off of your order as well, which is not really made apparent in the ad. I think I put red letters in there. I wasn't watching too closely, but yeah, with those with that ad in particular, 10% is taken off, and then I get a 10% commission off of your purchase. And so if you enjoy random flavors, I think they're actually doing a here we go. Yeah, they're doing a bunch of like anime connected and themed flavors. So if you are a fan of Chainsaw Man, I saw Chainsaw Man on their website, you know, and a variety of other stuff like that. So it tastes good, you know. By the quantity that I had, I wouldn't quite say it's jitterless, but it's that's more a user error than their suggested serving and daily intake. Yeah. Do not exceed 2 servings per day. New achievement. You have had 2 sips of Dubby beyond your official allotted amount. My wife and I have been we've been listening to the audiobook for Dungeon Crawler Carl, and that is so funny. New achievement. It's like an isekai. It feels like an anime, to be honest. But I just love it. Of course, being a Seattle guy, the fact that Carl comes from Seattle, you just can't beat it. You know who else is a Seattle guy in the comic book world is the Green Arrow. So I have an OG comic signed by one of the creators that shows the Seattle skyline in the background. So you see the, at least I'm pretty sure I still have it. It might be in storage or something along those lines, but yeah, it's got the Space Needle in there, and of course, in the show they made it Star City, but I always appreciated the fact that it was, he's a Seattleite, birthplace of grunge. All right, so let's go back to the post and see. Let's see. All right. What am I doing? Okay. Yeah, sometimes I get brain fog when I'm looking at my telephone screen. Okay. Okay, most recent. Yeah, I'm glad that a lot of people are liking the retro content. That's always nice. Okay, Chadwick. So soon I will be replying to your comment with that reel. Evan A. Partridge. He is consistent in always writing a wonderful tidbit of wisdom from an ancient philosopher. And so, yeah, I don't know if he's quite picked a character in Callwen, but I'm definitely thinking it's be one of the senator types, the philosophy heads, slash like in the government of New Galen somewhere. So, Naughty the dog. Perfect. Okay. Now we got Lucarol. Lucarol Hole 16. Lucarol Hole. Lucara. Eho? I think that's an L. Leho. Okay. Old Golem, who failed once and is now looking for revenge. They're made of pure iron. Old Golem, who failed once and is now looking for revenge. Okay, so here's kind of the first artistic take. I'm thinking about just building them up in the back. We got a few requests for some taller goobers. Um, Maybe I should just continue doing lines. I think I'm actually going to continue doing lines. Now that I think about it, that'll make things a little bit cleaner. Um, but it might mean that some figures are not necessarily to scale. But it is what it is. Okay. An old golem. Well, when I think of a golem, I think of kind of a square head. Kind of like that. Also, since he's old, he's probably got some defects. If I was making a golem as a golemancer, probably give him some pretty cool eyes, almost like he has a helmet, even though it's just his little sensors or whatever is there. Just to kind of build up a face, I'm going to add a little texture that'll run through. A little separating line. I didn't necessarily like that. So I'll just add a little rounded top here. And a little point. And you know what? I'm going to give him a little flag. Because why not? There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now if he's an iron golem, doesn't necessarily need muscle and bone places. So I'm just going to create a little elbow extension. And I'm going to give him a shield pauldron on one arm that looks like, you know, one of those Playmobil jousting shields. And if there's a shield, then probably it would have a bit of heraldry on it. I don't want to go too complicated, so I'm going to make it a little simple. Just going to make little waves on one side. I don't really like that. Well, we'll make a diamond pattern here. It'll just kind of go down. And we'll just segment that in half. And maybe make another. Okay. There we go. That works. Okay. Now his arm is going to be pointed towards us. At least one hand. So I'm going to make this be one of his hands. Kind of an elbow joint right here. An old iron golem. And he wants revenge, right? Man, what would his revenge look like? Well, maybe he lost something. If I was an iron golem looking for revenge, maybe somebody took my heart, right? Or like, you know, his ability to feel. It feels very 40K. Who failed once and is now looking for revenge. They're made of pure iron. All right. Let's see. In order to be pure iron, I'm actually going to extend his torso past what I kind of ever would want to. And then I'm just going to make it kind of this big hunk. I'm going to keep it coming up a little bit. There we go. Pure iron, huh? He said he was missing his heart. Maybe he realized that he wasn't built with a heart. He tried to kill his owner or his maker, right? Like a Frankenstein's monster, pure iron. How do I describe pure iron with a little sketch? What kind of weapon would work too? It's getting very busy. Let's give him. Let's give him a big axe. Or actually, yeah. Just just a hunk of iron. Wasn't even a sword. It was just a hunk of iron. It's a Berserk reference. Okay, I'll give him a spiky hammer. There we go. Let's see. Now his legs. I'm actually just going to have this be Fritzy wire parts. He failed once. Maybe his job was as a protector. So I'm going to give him big protectory boots. Protectory boots. You've heard it here first, folks. If you have the boots, you got the job. Okay, and I'll just mirror that on the other side. He'll just be missing an arm, but that won't stop his ability to flatten anybody. There we go. And there's his arm, a little more defined. And he failed once, but never again. Now you just need to befriend some kind of dwarf, fantasy, stereotypical, can forge anything kind of guy, and then you'll have that new arm, or maybe you can rip it off of like a troll or something, and boom. Okay. Since that was a lot of line work, and it's right by the Giga Chadwick, I'm just going to put his @ sign right here. Let's see. There we go. LUCARALHO16. There we go. Next, TV Sente Maraboli, the 3 rats stacked on top of each other. Done. Okay, Evil Rat Effer said, now add Optimus Prime. Let's see. It's been a while since I've looked at Optimus Prime. One of the ways that I realized that my wife was super cool was because she had this email that was related to related to Transformers. That's some Goober family lore. Okay, Optimus. Okay, so here's the reference photo that I'm looking at. Um, I want him to be about Golem size, or the Iron Golem sized. Um, I'm thinking about how I want to do this. I don't want it to be a one for one, obviously, because this is just a reference, but I'll keep it in frame so you guys kind of have an idea. Okay, I guess his headlights are square. Let's see, I didn't expect to be drawing a Gundam. Gonna hear about that from my wife later. Optimus Prime is an Autobot. He is not a Gundam. He is not in the Gundam universe. Yeah, looks like a Gundam to me. Okay. It's got the head thing. He's got the spikes on the side. Oh, he's got the secondary spikes. There we go. I think that kind of does it for his head. And then, let's see, little truck pieces. Are there two of them or just one? Just one. And then he's got the little Autobots symbol right there. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, you know what? In the shows, how he kind of like goes on one knee. To Sam Witwicky. Sam Witwicky. You must save this world, but you cannot P.O. Michael Bay. Otherwise, you will only show up in two of our film's franchises, and never again, Sam Witwicky. Yeah, you know how he does that? His hand is a little scuffed. And I'm sure that people would be like, the proportions of this are not accurate to the comics. You're right. You're absolutely right, but I've never drawn him before, so have mercy. Have mercy on me. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. There's his little robot hand. Eh. Okay. How do I save that? That's such a weird place to put his arm. Oh well. Here we go. At least you guys know it's not AI generated. Okay, there we go. I'll just make this be. Ooh, I'll do the thing where the leg kind of comes to the side and then boom, kind of shudders back in there. Looks like he's got like a. There we go, and Chongus boot. Always like that shape. It's pretty easy to do. Okay, so he's kind of crouching down. And you know, this actually works out really well because it's right by my wife's character, and my wife just likes Optimus Prime. So, very big win. Thank you, Evil Rat Bleeper, for helping support my marriage. Okay, and then I'll put some slappy plates because everybody knows exactly how he should look. I'm kidding. Oh, and I'll give him a big toe because apparently he's got a big toe. See that right there? He's got a big toe. Okay, and there we go. Opto Primosi. And this will be at. Sorry, buddy. There we are. Had to censor your name just a little bit, is what it is. Okay, there we go. We got that op Tomas. Oh. I forgot. He's got another one of these. And does he have this insignia anywhere outside of his right shoulder blade that's right here and definitely doesn't look like it's not present there? I don't think so. Okay. Well, that was a lot less, painful than I thought it would be. Okay. And there we go. Next. Yeah, if it's a character like that, I am going to use a reference photo. But as you can see, like, I don't like to just copy a full on thing. I mean, he's in a different pose there, but it comes across, I think. Let's see. Guess maybe I could add a little more to his face. Ah, it's okay. It reads. And that's really the key. If it reads, then you're good. At least in for me. Okay. Let's see. Next comment. Yeah, by the way, for those of you who are TikTok or YouTube people, a lot of those posts were just on Instagram for convenience's sake. But I will be releasing them kind of in bulk to catch you guys up. So just to let you know, you might see like 2 or 3 of these kinds of posts a day until it catches up, which shouldn't be very long. I think, recorded 4. Okay. All right. Next. An orc who just wants to be a great chef. Where, oh, where? Right here. jaw. How did I do their eyes? I think I just came underneath them like this. Put a little line underneath. I think that reads pretty well. And then I'll give him a little chef hat. Because he wants to be a great chef. Whatever you say, Sanji. And then, now with orcs, fantasy races, those kinds of things, I tend to really goober them up a notch. So this guy is going to be primarily stick drawn. And let's just say he's holding a plate. And that plate is, there's his 3 fingers. Let's give him a little turkey. He's trying. He's trying to be a great chef. Unfortunately, what's on this plate is really a fish. So the fact that it looks like a turkey is incredibly disturbing. Okay, and I'll just give him a little boxy uniform. There we go. And then his rounded feet. I'll give him 1 toe. Kind of like Optimus. There we go. Little boxy orc. And check out his name. Moustache 2000. Moustache 2000. There we go. There we are, Moustache. Your very own orc. Okay. Gothic Torchbearer. The 12th. Alexander, a half-elven bard with a bicocket hat and long coat, playing his lute. Some would say he's very whimsy. Pompous, even, as his sword skill with a rapier on his side captured him many bounties. Okay. Let's see. Let's start a new line. And with a new line, the best way to start is with a ruler. There we go. Okay. Let's just trap these fellows in. There we go. All right. I might put some larger people in the back depending on their stuff, right? So like if we get another Optimus in the future or something like that, they might go right behind these guys, and then I can put their stuff up top. Okay. But let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking after this 5th one of Alexander, I might be done for the night. Monday streams are not going to be a common occurrence. Weekend is when most of you folks are are actually available to watch. So, with that in mind, I want to make sure that if you decide to join me here, you have the ability to stick around and not just dread work in the morning. So, let's go, Alexander. Here we go. A half elven bard with a bicocket hat. Let me pull up a bicocket hat. Thinking like a tricorn hat, but bicocket. What are we looking at here? Okay, yeah, for whatever reason, the first thing that showed up was um, a bunch of bucket hats. But this is like the Robin Hood hat. Okay, easy. Easy peasy. Half elven bard. Well, hello and goodbye. Placebus. I'm glad that you've finally seen Troy. That's such a good film. And long coat. Playing his lute. Lutes are fun to draw. The bull. Man. There we are. Pompous even as his sword skill with the rapier on his side. Mm. I'm gonna give you little slippers. And wider eyebrows. Since you said half elven, I think I'm going to uh, give you some dark hair. And you have a cloak. There we go. Was it a dark cloak? Let me check the comment again. And a long coat. Okay. Then I'm not going to make it dark. And a rapier at his side. Okay. Since some rapiers have kind of those longer straps, I'm just going to place it right about there. And then I'll give like a Princess Bride end. And a little Captain Hook pommel. Just make sure his arms are connected up. He's singing. And he's strumming. Strum. All right. Torch. Bearer. And let's have his name. Alexander. There we go. All right. Well, folks, thank you for joining, especially on a weeknight. For all of you who just tuned in casually, thanks for coming in. Since I just got back from the wedding, I didn't have time to implement the music that I promised from last stream, but I hope that you enjoyed just this little time together. And of course, be sure to check out our affiliate link if you're looking to be in the market for any kind of energy drink, energy blend. That really helps support the channel. And thank you so much. This is RPG Goober.